I hope you all are doing well. This week I fulfilled a long-held dream of mine. I got myself two magical birch trees. I love this type of tree, and now that I look out into my garden each day and see these elegant little tiny trees swaying in the wind, I feel like the energy of the whole property has been upgraded. Call me crazy, but that's how I'm feeling. The weather has finally come around. I mean, it's spring, so spring is going to do its thing, I guess. However, the wind and the cold, yeah, it was a little bit exhausting, I might say, but yeah, the sun had returned even though it was still windy this week. I was able to get back into the garden. This week is extra, extra special because I have four additional wonderful things that have come into my life. Well, of course, first, my favorite flower, the lilac, bloomed. I love lilac, specifically probably because it only blooms once a year for just 2 or 3 weeks. But lilac was one of the things that I manifested for this property. I really, really wanted to be surrounded by lilac. And what can I say? We have 4 or 5 different types on our property. The second addition to my household was a new mattress, and you know, a painter's back is a broken back, as they say. I am also getting a bicycle. After 20 years of being just on my two feetsies, I'm getting a bicycle with an additional electrical motor, which will be just such a help with all of my, long walks and little hikes. And last but definitely not least, I finally went and had a ghibli adventure. Let me share this with you. Here we are. Best weather to come out here. It is quite warm, but the wind is cool, so this kind of hike should be fine. So my path is gonna go over there, all the way over there. I don't have to climb any hills, so yeah, it should take me about probably an hour or so to get to the bus stop. I'm taking it slow and just taking it all in. But that's a great place to live. If this doesn't give you ghibli vibes, I don't know what does. It's just so nice when there are like no humans around. It is hot and it is cold. Last time that I was at that water spot, not long after I had arrived, like a herd of cows, of small baby cows, and their owner came by. So I've heard them coming, so I kind of, you know, got up and I went to this tree here and just kind of sat here and looked at the water. It's just so stunning. It's 10:20. That means it's time to head towards the bus. Because around noon there is a break of public transport for an hour or so. And yeah, so I gotta get home before 12. It's so pretty. Good morning, everybody. It is fairly early in the morning. I think it's around 8 o'clock. Today is Sunday, and today my partner and I are going to work on our plumbing system. So that's going to take up probably the whole day. But he's still asleep, so I'm going to use this bit of time to continue to work on my paintings. And I have to say, I did make some really good progress in the last week. Really happy about that. I think in about a week, all of the paintings that I'm currently working on are going to be finished. So yeah, let me show you really quick the progress that I've made, and let's just paint a little bit in these wonderfully quiet morning hours. I love the mornings. No one's up yet and it's just peaceful and quiet and wonderful. First off, this one is almost finished. I finally managed to paint the ends of this garland. I don't know why I procrastinated it that long. Maybe I was afraid to make a mistake or something. But I'm really happy with it. The only thing that is left to do is to just make a little line here for the table this is standing on. And then I think I just want to add a little bit of contrast in the background. So wherever there are already, you know, a little bit more darker shades, I'm just gonna put a little bit more on top, just a little bit, just to give it more depth. But this is like 90% done. Then we have this one. All of the things that I added to her, like the crown piece, the dress, the colors even, and also these little blue vines in the background. Well, not blue vines, these like vines with blueberries on the background. Everything was very spontaneous, which I'm really happy about. I love the color combination, and this one is probably also like 90% done. And then we have her. I think she's about 80% there. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the background, but I like it kind of plain because there's a lot of texture going on in the foreground. We'll see. Maybe I'll add some trees, maybe not. I'm not sure yet. But I'm really happy with how the face is turning out. Yeah, the face, practically the whole face was done in one session. That's why I'm not afraid of procrastinating. I think it's more of a like a germinating phase, because yeah, sometimes it just bursts out in like one session. So I really like her expression and the texture on her face. What is left to do is the dress, and then I'm gonna add a bit more light in the direction that is going here on the face. I'm gonna put it also on the neck because it goes down in direction and I need to push it up in direction. And then the last thing, basically the center focus of the painting, will be a little like neck scarf, very thin, made out of lace that is like flowing in the wind. Yeah, that's going to be the last thing. So I think this one is probably 70-75% done. Yeah, so let's get painting! So I have this little spell jar on my working table, and because I have ADHD, I do not like to sit down for too long to like do a bit of candle magic. I don't have the patience for it. Sometimes I do, but it's very rarely, and I also very rarely just do spells in general. So what I usually like to incorporate into my witchcraft and into my magical practice in general is movement and action. So I did charge this one, I did the whole ritual. This one is just for general prosperity and abundance, and because I want to manifest that in my life through my work and also charge my work with all of the good energy that I can, I usually just light a candle, set my intention, and then I get to work and basically feed that energy of me being in the zone and painting and feeling good into the spell jar, but also at the same time into my artwork. And when I'm doing like other spells, like spells for self-love or confidence or any type of thing that is like beneficial to me, I like to incorporate dance and music and just generate the emotions. I don't like to sit still for a long while. Even if I sit still, I still move around a little bit, and yeah, I cannot just be super silent. I only can be very still still when I am in nature and observing nature. So yeah, this is a little hack that I use